All right, go for it.
¿Cómo estás? Me llamo B. Enguería Economist.
Buenos días.
Buenos
Señor.
días.
Gabriela.
Good morning, everyone. It's V, the Gorilla Economist, coming to you live with my main man, CJ, a.k.a. El Cuco himself. We are reunited again as the 1-2 punch of this dynamic duo, bringing you the news, the views, and all the information important to you. Check us out, roguemoney.net. Follow us on Twitter at The Rogue Money and Rogue Money on Steam, at YouTube, Facebook, on every single podcasting app known to humanity. You can find us there. You can find us everywhere. There's simply no escaping us. With that being said, check us out. Check out our sponsors here. Let's roll call real quick. We got remaincalm.net, remaincalm.net. Whether you need a loan, you need some funds, up to $600,000 unsecured from their network of 335 lenders, remaincalm.net is the place for you to get that. Or perhaps you just need to get your credit fixed, go from a 500 to a 700 in no time. Let these boys help you out. They'll get you on the road to first-class citizenship in order for you to function in this crazy financial debt-based world. With that being also said, guys, no matter what you're facing collections, you're facing bankruptcies, foreclosures, whatever the hell it is you're going through. You got collectors and credit card people beating down your neck. Call them. They will help you out. Remaincalm.net. Also, check out the new Silverback, folks. The new Silverback. Oh my god. The reviews have been stellar. If you need to surf the web anonymously, you need to secure your Bitcoin wallet, you need to secure your Ethereum wallet, whatever the heck it is you want to do, the Silverback is for you. You need to check it out over at mygoldusb.com, mygoldusb.com. And you can check them out. They have some amazing products, from the regular gold USB to the vaunted Silverback, that's available right now for a limited time for $299. Just simply, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, no, it's $329. Jeez, I'm going crazy. It's available for $329, folks. $329. I'm losing it, Siege. And guys, here's the thing: we're going to be opening up pre-orders pretty soon. We have developed the Silverback. Siege, are you ready for this thing? This is sick. This is sick. I've been keeping the wraps on this bad boy. Check this out. The new Silverback touchscreen tablet. Okay?
What?
Now, you might say to yourself, what? Dude, check this out. It is the Crypto Manager. That's what we're calling it. Okay? It's the Silverback Cryptographic Asset Portfolio Manager. It's an encrypted, dedicated touchscreen tablet for securely managing your crypto asset portfolios, meaning your cryptocurrencies. If you made a killing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever the hell it is, this is a Linux-based tablet. It has 512 elliptical grade encryption, secure internet. So you're connected directly either through the Ethernet portal directly to your modem, and then you just take it off. It has built-in cold storage. Okay, dude, this is a monster. Okay, it has expansions for the SD card. It has a 1.5 gigahertz 64-bit quad-core CPU with a multi-core GPU. Okay, it has a 5-core GPU, CJ. Check this out. Capable of displaying 4K video at 60 frames per second.
Sweet.
Okay. Dude, this is the machine. And if you want to, you could just, it has multiple USB ports. You can just take this darn thing and hook it right up to a monitor and a wireless keyboard and a mouse, and boom, it converts to a full-on desktop computer.
Nice.
And you could take it as a tablet to go. This is for the guy who's made a killing in Bitcoin. Like, you made cryptos, you want to secure it. The Crypto Manager is for you. The Silverback Crypto Manager is for you. It's a touchscreen tablet built off of Linux, touchscreen capability. It has the custom encryptions on there. Dude, it's unhackable. And you use it. You manage your crypto asset portfolio. When you're done with it, you put it back in your safe. That's the beauty of the thing. You drop it in water. You drop it in the fire. I don't care what the hell you do with it. It blows up in a nuclear explosion. it is coded in such a way that you can just, all you got to do is just get another one or whatnot, and you just simply reinstall the software and everything's there. Everything's backed up securely. It is amazing. There's nothing like it in the world. We're going to be opening up pre-orders for that, so stay tuned for that, folks. That's going to be out January 31st of 2018. January 31st, 2018. So get ready. Get ready. The Crypto Asset Manager, bro. That's going to be dope. Watch out for that, folks. And as soon as we announce the pre-orders, we'll let you know when you can go ahead and start ordering it early. Deliveries begin January 31st, 2018. And most importantly, it's been bombastic, CJ. Bombastic, to say the least. TheCryptoSchool.io. TheCryptoSchool.io. Learn the ins and outs of cryptocurrencies. Learn which wallets to use. Learn how to move in exchanges. Learn how to move from fiat to crypto and back again. The CryptoSchool.io is the place to be. It is the place where yours truly hangs out. We got Vin Armani there. We got Big Square. You got Frank. You got myself. And more people will be added to the rosters as the days go further. The CryptoSchool.io. With that being said, CJ, that takes care of everything, brother. What's crack-lacking?
Hey, V, good morning. Good morning. How you doing today?
Man, I am pumped up. So many great things are happening. I can't keep track of it all, CJ.
It's a great time. You know, there's lots happening. I do want to share that as a reminder to our audience that today is the day that we kick the banksters in the nuts.
Yes.
I shared this out on social media. So again, today's one of our Take Back Our Sovereignty and Hacking at the Root of the Tri-Evil. Mm-hmm. And it looks like today, if you go to thedailycoin.org, you know, Rory's the one that put this together. Today, December the 13th, is the day that we're asking everyone to go in. And it looks like today's silver. You know, and he has the links there of some sites to go. The whole goal around this, guys, is to, you know, to get money out of the system. And that's how we can truly win, is when we stop participating in their systems and we evolve to our own.
Absolutely. And here's the deal, guys. The deal is this. You know, these people don't have power over you. All right? You don't want the vampire to come into your house and suck your blood. You just don't open the door for the vampire. You know? So when you want to kill the banksters, you got to show them that we don't need them. Never before in the history of the world has such a technology existed like cryptocurrencies where we don't need them. We're going and moving from a closed source, fiat, vertically integrated financial system into something that is an open source, decentralized financial system that every single person in this entire world could participate in. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So today, folks, what is the minimum that people should be acquiring today? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, anything you can purchase, but if you can, you know, spare $50 to go out and buy silver, you know, we don't care where you get it from. You know, go out, take money out of the system. Don't take cash. If you got some cash in your mattress or whatever, you know, don't use that. Withdraw it out of your account. Go buy silver. If you're not into silver, buy something.
Yeah.
But
buy
get it out
a
of the
gram
system.
Of gold. You can get a gram of gold.
Yeah. Again, the entire goal is let's stop participating in this corrupt system.
I mean, imagine like, you know, back in 2013 or 2011, you put $50 in Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. Right. And if you put it in Litecoin 2 days ago, you just made like 80%
CJ
overnight.
Hello.
What? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
That's odd.
B, did you drop? I don't think it's my mic. It's lighting up. So our listeners out there, can you hear CJ? I don't think it's my end. Let me make sure. No, I think we're up and running. I think we're live. B, reconnect and come back in if you can. Okay, excellent. Yeah, so they just let me know. So B, I think it's on your end, whatever dropped. So just reconnect and come back in. So yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into topics while V is getting reconnected. Last night we watched a stunning victory from Doug Jones. You know, wins the Alabama Senate seat. Now we could argue probably back and forth regarding you're back.
Yeah.
Yay.
I don't know what happened. So anyway, what was I saying, dude? I think I was saying, like, imagine
you were talking about kick the banks through the nuts.
Right.
Did you buy Litecoin before it went up 80%? Is that what you started
saying? Dude,
I
was like saying, like, imagine somebody took $50 and put it in Bitcoin back in like 2011 or 2013. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you'd be sitting pretty right now. Oh my God.
We're sitting pretty.
Dude, totally.
Yeah, so anyway, jumping forward real quickly, just sharing the news that Roy Moore did lose the Alabama Senate seat.
Yes.
Now, I think this is up for bid again in next year for the 2018. I think they have to turn around and run at each other again. But I anticipate, because I was watching some of the political pundits today, they're out there, they're blaming, I just lost they're blaming Bannon for this, saying, hey, Bannon, this is on you. We wanted Luther Strange, and if we would have ran Luther Strange, he would have won, all this disinformation. But I think at the end of the day, not only did the issue that came out, affect him,
they did a hit job on him.
They did a hit job on him, but also I think that the GOP has a lot of skin in this game. Right? I mean, if you take a look at what's been accomplished this year, legislatively, there's not a whole lot to, pat yourself on the back about. And so I think people are starting to open up to that paradigm that, here they've had a Republican-controlled Congress and Senate, and yet they have failed to really deliver too many results legislatively.
Yeah, absolutely. No. Absolutely correct. And the whole thing is this: it's like the Republicans are there to lose. That's their job. That's their mission in life, is to lose. Nothing else. And they wanted Luther Strange, and Trump came out and supported Luther Strange because the genius political strategist, Jared Kushner, the genius political strategist, said to back Luther. Okay, and Luther lost. Luther wasn't popular to begin with. Nobody even knew who this guy was. Roy Moore was carrying, he was doing very well. Then he became politically toxic. You see what I'm saying? You can't have somebody running for office and all of a sudden someone says, some woman comes out of the woodwork. He touched my kneecap 50 years ago. I was violated. Can't do that. And then rather than, having his spine and fighting back and punching back at these guys, what do most conservatives do? They turn to little bitches. They start whining, and they run for cover, and they capitulate, and they give up. Hats off to Roy Moore for staying in the fight and not backing down, but damn it, man. It's like, it didn't make it easy. I mean, the guy had no support. And you got idiots, out there saying that, even in his own party, saying that he should step down, he should resign.
Right, they stopped funding him. Right,
they stopped funding him for a while. Of course, he's going to fail. So this is a deep state hit job. It's a total hit job. It's a total hit piece they did on this guy. You got all these women. 9 women have come out to accuse him. Who gives a rat's rear end? Really, dude? I've talked to people who've been molested and this, that, and the other. They don't come out 50 years later and start saying these things. I mean, come on. This is a guy who's been in public life forever. No one's heard about this crap. Now, all of a sudden, he's running for the Senate office at one of the most critical elections, and all of a sudden, this comes out, and like 5 minutes before the elections would even start, it comes out that he's sexually assaulted. Okay, well, yeah, sure, whatever. It's so stupid, bro, but, it is what it is. Anyway, but the one thing's...
Well, it needs to be a wake-up call because they're real close to, losing the Senate majority
they
here.
They want to. That's the whole play.
It's going to be so pivotal. Yeah.
The whole play, the design is for them to lose the Senate and the Congress, because then they want more deep staters in power. They want to lose more because they want to stop Trump. So they want to get the most wackadoo Democrats in there as much as possible, because the Democrats are more, lithium frothing at the mouth lunatics than, most of these conservatives that are running. So the deep state play here is to get as many Democrats in as possible. Why? Because the Trump election, what it has done, it's energized the Democratic base. It's energized the far left-wing nut jobs to come on in with their Trump derangement syndrome And the Republicans are going to cede this election cycle to the Democrats. And this is why it's important. The 2018 midterm elections is very pivotal, folks. You have to vote out all the people that have been there. We need fresh young blood. Vote them all out. You vote them all out, you guarantee these nutbags won't be back in. Okay? And you know who the nutbags are. It's those guys who will be talking about, how bad Trump is and how globalism is wonderful and Hillary Clinton is as pure as the wind-driven snow. You already know the rhetoric of the nutbags. You already know them. Ain't nobody need to tell you anything. You already know it. So let them come along and try to run their candidates. Now is the time for you to start voting independent. Now is the time for you to start voting libertarian. Anything is at this point is better than the Republicrats and the Democrats, the two wings of the same dragon that we have today. Anything's better than that.
Very valid, Veet. I mean, take a look at the recent numbers that came out in regards to the taxes, right? So this financial for first couple of months of 2018 on the reporting books, the feds raise a record taxes. They raised over almost basically $444 billion for the fiscal period. Yet they still managed to run almost a $202 billion deficit.
These guys, okay, this is why that you should all vote these clowns out of office, because let me explain something to you. These guys could not run a lemonade stand. You give them a lemonade stand, they will run the lemonade stand into the ground in the matter of no time. In no time at all. Because they have no problem spending our money. Because it's not your money. I mean, case in point, I think a few weeks ago, Frank and I had to go to this governmental building, and you see this massive governmental building. I'm thinking to myself, this is a small county in New York. This is not Manhattan. This ain't the 5 boroughs. This ain't Westchester. This is like some tiny little county that we were in, and we had to go to this governmental building, and I'm like, this thing's a massive monolith. It looks like CIA. It looked like Langley. It looked like I was walking into Langley, bro. Okay, and I'm saying to myself, this is waste. And this big, beautiful building that they have set up has like leaky roofs, this, that, and the other. Why? Because they built it, of course, over the schedule and over budget. And nobody cares because the government employees don't care. You got government employees who are county clerks county clerks that work for the county, county clerk's offices here in New York. They're making $200,000 a year working for the freaking county court clerk. I mean, it's just the most ridiculous thing in the world. 200, 150 grand. They got the cushy little jobs, like a nice little bureaucrat. Roof is leaking, but they don't care. It's not their building. It's not their money. It's the sheeples. The reason why I bring that up is it just goes to show, folks. Look around you. Look at the structures these idiots build for themselves. These monoliths to their own mediocrity. And they don't care because it's not their money. They don't care because they're happy making $150,000 to $200,000 a year or more. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, absolutely. 1,000% V.
Yeah. Anyway, sane minds prevail, CJ. Sane minds prevail. And I know for a fact it's not because of the U.S. neocons. All of a sudden, what's going on in North Korea? Now they want to avoid war.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. 2 weeks after North Korea once again put the world on nuclear war alert by launching its most advanced intercontinental ballistic missile to date, which experts believe, these experts believe it could reach New York or D.C. with a nuclear payload. Yeah, I beg to differ. Secretary of State Tillerson, in a surprising statement Tuesday, indicated the U.S. would be willing to hold talks with North Korea without any preconditions. Thank you, Rex. And it appears North Korea may have already responded to the overture, according to the comments from the UN Political Affairs Office Chief Friedman. North Korea agrees, quote unquote, it is important to avoid war, and they have left the door open for negotiations. North Korea did not offer any type of commitment to the talks, but hey, this is a good thing. It is important to avoid war. Nobody wins that war. You're talking about a catastrophic, massive loss of life that only a neocon douchebag like Bill Kristol would like, or John Bolton, the maniacal mustache. You know, those are the only guys that would like it. Or Jared Kushner, who's just so out of touch with reality, he doesn't know whether he's coming or going. Those are the only guys who would probably have their job. Oh, and let's not forget the war goddess Hillary Clinton, who just loves war and the destruction that it causes. But other than that, nobody else wants it, Siege. Nobody else wants it.
Yeah, and this is a monumental shift. I mean, compared to where we were with the neocons, right? So for Tillerson, you know, to put himself out there and go up against the deep state and say, listen, you know, I love his quote here. You know, basically what he says in his remarks is that, you know, we can talk anytime about North Korea. We know no preconditions. We can talk about whether the table is square or round. We can talk about the weather. I don't care. Let's just open up negotiations. B, how wrong is it to diplomatically to have conversations with those enemies, with those parties that you don't see eye to eye with? I mean, is it so wrong in today's society to actually communicate?
Exactly my point, especially when the parties involved have nuclear weapons. You know, this whole we get away with this bullshit, Siege, because we're all inured. We're all inured by this propaganda that, you know, that we're the most vaunted, most powerful in the world. We haven't won a war since World War II, and even then, that's questionable. World War II, we got in way late into the game. You can't be stepping into the fourth quarter with, you know, 5 minutes left on the clock when everybody's tired, then score the winning touchdown, and then celebrate like you're the man who carried the whole entire game. No, my dude, no. You stepped into the field, fourth quarter, with 5 minutes left on the clock. Everybody else was breaking their back. They were sweating. They were playing with. They were paying and playing with blood, sweat, and tears. You can't come in at 5 minutes before the quarter is over, before the game is over, score a touchdown, and then start getting all the glory. And thank you, because I've won this entire game for my team. And everybody else is like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? If the defense wasn't playing so damn close, if the offense wasn't firing on all cylinders, the game wouldn't be this close to begin with. Thank you for scoring the touchdown, but to say you won the entire game by yourself, single-handedly, are you mad? But that's the hubris that the military-industrial complex likes to sell us. So we're so apt and quick to go to war, because war, after all, is like a video game on a computer screen somewhere, right? Ever since the Gulf War I, people were watching war from the television, from the comfort of their own television. They're watching smart bombs explode. They don't understand the loss of life. So yeah, right, you're absolutely right, Siege. There's nothing wrong, folks, for talking with people that we do not agree with. There's nothing wrong with getting into business relationships with regimes whose government we don't like. Can we have an adult conversation? Can we grow up? Like, think about it, man. If I was the United States, right? If I was the president of the United States, I'd be pragmatic about it. I'd be. Oh my God! I mean, North Korea's sitting on $10 trillion worth of mineral wealth. I don't agree with his government and what he has set up, but that's his problem. That's his people's problem. It's not my job to go around the world rescuing people and bringing them into democracy. That's a bunch of bullshit. You all know that. You all know that. It's a bunch of BS. Our mission is to our own people. Our loyalties are to our own people. So who cares who we cut business deals with? Oh, we can't do business with him. He's a communist dictator. He's a tyrant. Who cares? That's their problem. That's not our problem. Here's our problem. Our problem is we've got almost damn near 20 million kids going to sleep every night in this country with some sort of food insecurity. That's our problem. Our problem is we've got 95 million people permanently unemployed. That's our problem. Our problem is we've got 102 million on some sort of subsidy or welfare program or handout. That's our problem. Our problem is we got 42 to 43 million people on food stamps. That's our problem. Our problem is effectively we got 52% of the country that's permanently non-productive. That's our problem. Do you freaking think? Do you think I'd really give a rat's rear end about, oh, what, we can't do business with them because they're communists and we're so above that? I don't give a rat's rear end. I'm an enterprising capitalist. Who cares? I'm sorry there's a couple of tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of North Koreans in a gulag. My heart breaks for you. It's your fault. You folks, you got to understand this. People get the government they deserve. Do you understand that? People get the government they deserve. Okay? Do you think if the North Koreans actually woke up, organized, you know, the North Korean people outnumber their government 10,000 to 1. They could easily overthrow the stinking government. But they choose to be subservient little dogs. They want to be little doggies, told what to do. And unfortunately, that's what most people are. And that's their way of life. And it's been their way of life for the last several decades. Who gives a rat's rear end? My job, my goal should be, how can American businessmen, how can American entrepreneurs have access to the $10 trillion worth of strategic minerals buried in North Korea? What kind of deals need to be struck? I care about economics. I care about trade, because that's going to bring my countrymen out of the doldrums. That's going to get my countrymen working again. That's going to boost my economy. That's going to boost and build a physical economy, which is so lacking in this country, and get us away from this phony baloney, Wall Street-induced, drug-addled, quantitative easing-fueled fake dream that we're all in. This phantom wealth effect that we're all, feeling all of a sudden. That's what we need to do. Let's be pragmatic about who we do business with. Come on. You're eating a banana. Like I ate a banana today. When I was eating my banana this morning, CJ, was I thinking to myself, gee, I wonder where this banana came from. Did it come from a regime that I do not agree with politically? No, dummy, I'm just going to eat that banana. Why? It's a good banana. I paid it 39 cents a pound. I'm enjoying it. When I lace up my Asics or my Adidas or my Nikes or whatever, I'm like, oh my God, I wonder who the poor Vietnamese child is who put this shoe together. My God. Well, that's just the way it is. Let me explain something to you Westerners. Okay? Unlike most Westerners and virtue signaling SJWs, I've actually been to the third world. And I will tell you this. If you take that child away from child labor, his whole family starves to death. Let me explain to you what happens in these poor countries when you stop corporations from providing child labor. Guess what happens, jackasses? Are you ready for this? All right, can we have an adult conversation? Are you ready for this? If you get rid of child labor in some of these poor, poverty-stricken third world countries, what happens? That child and that family either faces prostitution or death. So you take your pick. Is it better for that kid to lace up a pair of Air Jordans or sell his body on the street or face death? Which is better? I think putting together a pair of Nikes is a better choice, and bringing some money home in order to support his family so they can eat. I think that's a far better choice. And let me tell you a second thing, you spoiled Westerner, you spoiled, out of touch from reality because you think you know it all, because you went to go sip a latte, a little frappuccino over at your local Starbucks, and you know the Starbucks menu in and out, and you think you're so intelligent and so trendy. Let me explain something to you. A lot of you SJWs, a lot of you Westerners who have no freaking clue of economics because math is something that's very allergic to most of you. Let me explain something to you here real quick. Some would say, ooh, that country, we're exploiting them. We're paying them $1 a day. We need to stop that. No, you don't need to stop that. If an American corporation, if I was an American corporation and you stopped me from going to, Baluchistan or whatever, you stopped me from going to some third world country and setting up my little factory and paying these guys $1 a day, you know what you just did? Do you have any idea what you just cursed that entire country? What do you mean by that, V? What do you mean by that? If you prevented me from going into a country, setting up a factory, hiring the workers, paying them $1 a day, which to your soft, cushy little yoga pant wearing ass is too little, but for them it's everything. You have stopped the progress of that country. Let me explain what I mean by that. When you look at a country like South Korea, CJ, right? South Korea was bombed to oblivion right after the Korean War, correct?
Right.
They had no industry, correct?
That is correct.
They were a full-blown third world country with, like, ox carts, moving things, and mud roads, and gravel, and rice paddies, and the Korean people living in abject poverty. Were they not, CJ?
Yeah, absolutely, V.
And CJ, can you tell me right now what the heck does South Korea look like today?
It's a lot more modernized than the North, V.
Yeah, exactly correct. In fact, South Korea's modernity, its internet speeds, its infrastructure is far ahead of that of the United States. Its wealth per capita, they are far wealthier in Canada and in South Korea than they even are in many places here in the United States. Did you guys realize that? You know how that happens, Siege?
Break it down.
I will explain to the audience. Because American companies went in there, started paying these people 25 cents a day, 10 cents a day. 10 cents became 25 cents. 25 cents eventually became $1. These people eventually started learning marketable skills. Their dollar became $5 a day, $10 a day, to the point today that Koreans per capita earn more than the average U.S. citizen. How was that possible? Simple. Because we gave them the opportunity to create industry. Do you understand? That's what that $1 a day at a Nike sweatshop will do for most families. Do you understand? That's why you don't stop. You don't stop this madness of, oh, we need to stop these companies like Apple and Nike and Adidas from going into these countries and paying them $1 a day. That's just horrible. You jackass, let me explain to you economically what you're doing. You are cursing an entire family. You are destroying an entire country. Why? Because you are preventing them from moving up in the economic scale, just like South Korea moved up in the economic scale, just like China moved up in the economic scale, just like many countries in Africa are moving up on the economic scale. You prevent them from making $1 a day, you are cursing that nation. Do you understand? You are cursing that nation. You are preventing their upward economic mobility. You're preventing that from happening. That's why industry is important. And this is why, folks, you don't like a regime? See, if American leaders were smarter, they didn't have their heads shoved firmly up their asses because they love being in sphincters all day, because that's what Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is a giant sphincter. You spend enough time in D.C., the circulation to your brain stops because the sphincter chokes out all reality and all thought from your mind. So if American leaders were able to disassociate from the sphincter that is Washington, D.C., and think critically, if I was a politician, if I wasn't a leader of this land of the free, now, if I was a leader of that country, of the United States, and I saw a regime I didn't like, I would go to a regime like North Korea. I would put my business. I'd bring Nike. I would bring Cadillac. I'd bring GM. I'd sell them Corvettes, and I'll sell them Boeings. I'll sell them Apple computers. I'll sell them everything. Okay, and I'll set up manufacturing there too, and eventually they will create enough prosperity to the people where eventually they will overthrow their government. Their government no longer can function as a tyrannical totalitarian regime. But if I keep that country as my quote-unquote enemy and a threat to national security and a threat to global stability, oh my God. If I do that, then what happens? I empower the tyrant. And I embolden the tyrant, I empower the tyrant, and I usher the mass of the people to rally behind the tyrant. Because the devil that they know is far more comfortable than the devil that they don't know. And why would they know me? Why would they even care if all I'm doing is breathing out threats to them on a constant everyday basis? Do you see the problem with American diplomacy? Not only is it schizophrenic, not only is American diplomacy schizophrenic, it is sophomoric and incredibly immature. It is outdated and does not deserve to be on the global stage. It's not birthed in reality because we hold on to stupidity. And that's what I got to say about that, Siege.
Yeah, well said, V. Well said. And that grim reality, V, is going to come full circle, full front and center here pretty soon in regards to why the cryptos are doing so well. And that's because the writing is on the wall, V, in regards to the petro yuan potentially could be the answer to the Middle East problem.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Because why? The dollar comes with strings attached. It's a vice. The dollar says, come and let's make the deal with the devil. The yuan, by contrast, has no strings attached. It's no strings attached. That's why Iran is saying that the Iranian parliament have called every single Muslim country out there, okay, to sever ties. Okay, sever ties. All ties with Israel. Reduce economic ties to the United States to a minimum. Why? Because right now, Israel and the U.S. is the same schizophrenic policies. Do you think Israel and the U.S. will be in the mess they're in if they're actually economically driven? If they were actually for the benefit and the prosperity of their own people, do you think they'd be in the mess they're in right now? No. Because both nations are run by the cabal. Both nations are run by the deep state. Both nations serve their own military-industrial complexes. I mean, Turkey's threatened to cut, long-standing ties with Israel. So you can see this move. They understand that there's a better way, and they are tired of being dealt with and swindled by the dollar. They're tired of it. The future of the Middle East, man, at this point, the future that the people want over there is not open to dollar exploitation. They want options. They want to be in charge of their own destiny. They don't want this Western cabal meddling. They don't want this Wahhabi death cult running amok, aka Islamic fundamentalism. They don't need that crap. Maybe we might even see a reformed Islam. That'd be nice. God knows it needs reform. My God doesn't need reform. But you can't do these things if you deny economics. Dude, there's a reason why crazy Muslim fundamentalists are grown and raised and bred and incubated in the most poverty-stricken of Muslim countries. There's a reason why. Poverty makes you stupid. Poverty makes you stupid. Poverty reduces your options. Poverty prevents you from having mobility. Poverty is a curse. When was the last time you heard of a terrorist attack in the United Arab Emirates? When was the last time you heard about a terrorist attack in Dubai? You don't hear it. Oh, wait a minute. I thought all Muslims are crazy, CJ.
Not all, V.
How many Europeans and Americans and Westerners live in the United Arab Emirates? There's tons of them. Has any one of them had their necks cut off? No. Has any cafe been blown up? No. But I thought they're all crazy, CJ. I thought they're all out to get you. Ooh, beware of the crazy Muslim. They're too busy making money. Do you understand? Dubai has enough money. I challenge anybody. If you haven't got a chance to go to Dubai, go to Abu Dhabi. There's enough money there, you will puke. They drive Lamborghinis like we drive Toyota Corollas. Okay? You think these guys have time to go blow themselves up? Hell no. I got to take my Lamborghini Aventador to an oil change. I ain't going to blow myself up. And believe me, those Arab guys out there that are making the money, they love their fast cars, they love their booze, and they love their women. Islam to them, yeah, it's just a religion, but that's secularized. They're like, yeah, we understand about that crazy parts in the Quran, but we don't believe that's just back in the day, thousands of years ago when it was a savage time on earth. That's what most of them say. That's it. Can we have an adult conversation? Or are we going to continue to play the sophomore idiot? Can we grow up now? Folks, we've been around this on this planet as a nation for over 200 years. It's time we get our crap together again. It's time for us to rediscover who we are. We are a maverick race of people. We are a maverick group of people. We are an enterprising nation of individuals. Can we get back to that? Please. Because if we do, then, my friend, we will have an amazing place on this new multipolar world. We'll have an amazing place. We'll have an amazing country. You'll have an amazing life. You'll have an incredible, beautiful, bright, and vibrant future. That's what we'll get. That's what we'll have. And with that, CJ, I'm over and out. Any closing comments on your end?
Well said, V, and that's the future, that we are looking at, and that's the excitement. I know that we do talk a lot about the cryptos, a lot about these solutions that are coming online, but that's a chance. That potentially can be our revolution. That can be our change to take away one part of the corruption that's there. Let's start in the finance sector, and then let's work our way towards education. Let's work our way towards reinstilling the father in the family role. A lot of this, what happened, V, is that the society in the United States, there's too many people that are still asleep at the wheel. There are still people that are just so tuned in, that are so programmed to understand what is changing in the world. So another perfect example of that, just real quick, V, and this is pretty exciting in regards to Bitcoin Cash and Roger Ver launching their Cash Visa debit card. That's game changer. Right? Yep. That's game changer.
Yep.
Everyone keeps asking about Bitcoin used as a utility and how can I pay for things and how can I use it? These solutions are coming online, folks. That's the excitement. That's the world evolving. And again, take time to learn about it. If you're join the crypto school, learn about what these emerging technologies are with blockchain, because it's a very exciting time to be watching this evolve and growing.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And with that being said, folks, we're over and out. Take it away, CJ. Oh, we got Hump Day at 1 o'clock.
Yes, don't forget. Yeah, come back 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bix, we're the road to Ruta. Always, great intel coming down from Bix in regards to the cryptos, blockchain. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rogue.
And we're over and out. Take it away, CJ.